The Nanny Diaries, man.
The Nanny Diaries.
You know what would be in my diary?
What would that be, Corey?
I shot a bitch today because I couldn't be no nanny. Sit around, man. This movie pissed me off. Movies like this and The Devil Wears Prada, sitting up here being bossed around by all these rich white bitches.
Yeah, no kidding. And it's one of these things where it's, oh, how hard could it be to take care of this kid in this privileged home? But, you know, this is just the perfect example of no matter what you have, you think you're in misery. You know, most people would be like, these bitches got everything. And they're like, oh, God, oh, man, they're such utter whining, self-obsessed little cunts.
Man, yeah, no. Tell us how you really feel, man.
Oh, man, it just
Don't hold
pisses
back.
you off. But the nice thing about this movie is I thought more so than The Devil Wears Prada, it ends up being kind of rewarding at the end. And I really felt like you did actually feel sorry for the mom at some level at the end. You understood in literally 5 minutes, they make it clear who this person is and how she got that way. And it was more convincing in this one. And I think Laura Linney really knocked it out of the park.
No, you're right. See, because I think there are some problems with this movie. Hold on. Yeah, in the movie, man, first of all, I will say this. It's directed with a little inspiration. It's directed very creatively.
Yeah, at points, though. Only at points.
Yeah.
Because they'll do stuff that you're like, wow, that was really innovative. And then nothing will happen outside of the ordinary for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, but that's okay. They don't overdo it. It's directed with a lot of imagination.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Now, however, the people, everyone in this movie, they fulfill their role to blandness almost.
Yeah, no, it is almost a little overdone. What saves this movie are three things. Contextually, what you were talking about, the way it's filmed, there's a whole sort of subtext of looking in a museum, of seeing these people that they used to great visual effect. That's really funny. And 2 and 3, well, come on, do I really have to say it? Do I have to say it?
Well, I know what you're talking about. Would it have anything to do with Scarlett Johansson's T and A?
Well, the T specific. I can't even talk now. This is what her breasts have done to me. I mean, I have monitor burn of the eyes is what I'm talking about. Because when I close my eyes, all I see are those tatas.
Man, Scarlett Johansson, now, granted, she's attractive.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anybody will argue with that.
No.
But there was one scene in this movie where she was wearing some warm-ups and a tight shirt, and she turned around and did a profile of her body, and I was like, damn, I didn't know that girl had those assets on her.
I am reborn.
And I am a feminist at heart. I know I don't come across that way, but I will say this. Scarlett Johansson is the one girl where I say you can cut off her head and give me her body, and I'll be happy.
No, her head is great, too. She's got them lips. She's got the look. She's got everything.
Oh, the head is a bonus. I'm just saying.
It's not required for what Korey has in mind.
Not at all. I hate to be that way. That's me. But you mentioned Laura Linney.
Yeah.
Laura Linney, like I said, everyone in this movie, they just kind of fulfilled their role. They didn't really do too much outside of that, and that's a fault to me because it's predictable what they do. But Laura Linney, even though her character is still sort of a stereotype and predictable, she really brought a lot to that role. I mean, there's a lot of substance to her because, I mean, like I said, she's one of these rich white bitches that you hate at the beginning of the movie, but after a while, you really do feel sorry for her.
You can see her acting coach go, you're going to feel a sting. That shit's called a bad script. You got to act your way through that shit.
Yeah, and act she did, man. She's really one of the most talented actresses we have out there.
Yeah.
And I love her. I'm a little biased, but I've always loved Laura Linney.
She's fantastic in everything I've seen her in. Even in really terrible movies, she always manages to shine somehow, and this is no exception.
Yeah.
Now, what the hell Paul Giamatti was doing here is another question altogether, because he just looks like he's bored out of his goddamn mind.
Yeah, I mean, and he probably is. Paul Giamatti is one of my favorite actors.
Mm-hmm, and they don't give him a goddamn thing to do either.
They just say, be mean.
Yeah.
We're going to dye your hair orange.
Yeah, what was that all about?
I don't know.
I mean, his next movie coming out after this is Shoot 'Em Up, and his hair ain't red in there, so I don't know what the hell. They said this role requires we dye your hair orange?
Yeah, he looked like Ron Howard with a crew cut. And he looked like as if Ron Howard cut his hair and gained a lot of weight. Look like Paul Giamatti looked like a pig with a red splotch on his head.
Yeah, not to mention this may be the first time I've seen Paul Giamatti like in a bathing suit lounging around. I'm like, really? This one? This is like it's the equivalent of why Halle Berry chose Swordfish to show her tits in. You're like, really? This movie?
Yeah, no, it was true. I was like, man, I love you. You're a talented man, but put your goddamn shirt back on. I've been looking like a beach whale kind of on his sand.
But thankfully they showed Scarlett Johansson again not too long after that shot. So I recovered.
No, Paul Giamatti, even in that role, he did a good job, but the character is written with nothing to do.
Yeah.
And I really feel bad that he took that role because it was kind of beneath him.
It makes you wonder if there was a good scene that got left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, something. Yeah, he just ran out of time. And this movie, though, is for the film. I know it really does run its course. It's predictable. It hits all the spots that it's supposed to hit. Again, nothing new there. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's not so good. But overall, the movie's enjoyable. Yeah. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, no, I really actually enjoyed this. I think a little more than you did. It won me over right at the beginning with the innovative use of direction, some of the choices they made that were really unlike anything I'd really seen before. And God damn it, if not an original dream sequence, haven't seen one of those for a while.
Yeah, no, the movie, like I said, it has very inspired moments that makes it rise above this kind of movie.
I know it made me rise.
Oh, stop it. Now, see, I'm the one that's usually nasty.
What do you want? It's my girl.
Okay, I didn't know. You got a thing for her? Like that's the one for you?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I tell you what. You get the head, I get the body.
I can think of some things that work out there, yeah.
But that kid in the movie, man. See, that's the movie just started out kind of bad for me because you don't. The way I was raised, if the movie starts out showing you how bratty this kid is, immediately after Scarlett Johansson takes her nanny job, she goes to pick up the kid. What does the kid do? Come on, kicks in the shin.
Yeah.
I choked that little motherfucker like Homer chokes Bart. The way I was raised, you don't even look at an adult wrong. If I had kicked an adult when I was that age, my mom would have cut my foot off. I wouldn't have been kicking nobody no more. She would have left me one foot to walk around on.
This is why you're not a nanny.
No, I could not be a nanny. I'd last a day, and when I leave the house, that kid will be dead.
Mr. Mom, you ain't.
I ain't Mr. Mom. I ain't Mr. Dad. I ain't nothing. I ain't the nanny. I ain't shit if you got a bad kid. That kid's going straight out of a window. You fuck with me.
That ain't my baby.
No, it ain't. No, but like I said, even though the movie does run a predictable course, it is enjoyable on its bare minimum.
Yeah, it really is. And don't be fooled by the commercials trying to sell you on like it's a romantic comedy. It's not. There's a little tiny subtext with Johnny Storm from Fantastic Four in it.
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Yeah, who's like, he does as much as he can with the real limited character he's given. But I still wonder about this guy if his charisma isn't as entirely in his haircut and his smile, because I still haven't seen him act yet.
What about Sunshine?
I didn't see Sunshine.
Oh, you didn't? Chris Evans was in Sunshine, and he was one of the best actors in that movie.
Okay, well, I haven't seen him do a bad job in anything. So.
No, in this movie, again, that's what I say. It's just people doing what they're supposed to do with that type of character.
Well, there's two actors in this movie who are given anything to do, and it's Linney and Scarlett Johansson, and I'm not entirely sure Scarlett Johansson was talking. I don't know. I was occupied otherwise.
Scarlett Johansson,
distracted somehow.
She's a slightly better actress than I thought she was.
No,
but
she is. But give her. She's really young, so.
But still, though, in this movie, it didn't make me get up and take notice of her as being some grand thespian or anything.
No, but at the same time, there was no point where I thought, oh, she's not pulling this off.
Yeah, well, again, it's a script.
Whereas Linney just goes so beyond the call of what the script even has called for at points where I was like, man, I am just so impressed with this woman.
Yeah. No, it's okay movie. I don't want to say great. For me, it would be a rental, but I don't even mean rental in a bad way.
I'm actually in between matinee and full price on this one. I did really enjoy it quite a bit. I know I'm talking trash about it, but it was a lot of fun to me. And yeah, I know it was by the numbers in a lot of ways. But like I said, the two principals really each in their own way did a fantastic job in this film. And there's a lot of fun to be had here if you go with it. And if you really hate rich bitches who like all snooty in hell, then this is your movie. And I thought it was better than Devil Wears Prada. No,
actually, I did think it was better than Devil Wears Prada because Linney actually showed some vulnerability more than what's her name did in Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway.
No,
or
not
no, yeah. What's her name?
that's what I'm talking
She
about.
was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, for God's sake, or actress, or whatever it is they gave her. Anyway, Meryl Streep.
Yeah, Meryl Streep. Yeah,
More than Meryl Streep. Yeah, no, I thought she did a better job than she did too. I know that's like anathema. Meryl Streep, the grand. If we had grand dames here or whatever British royalty title, she would definitely have one at this point. You know.
Yeah. No, and you're right. This movie, I don't know. It could go either way. If you really like to hate rich people, you'll like this movie. But
I think the movie is really, I like what it was trying to say though, which is that, you know, no matter where you are, it's hard to see the forest for the trees sometimes. And, you know, like some people can be just seem like the biggest assholes and you don't even see what the hell's going on in their life and they're not seeing what's going on in the real world either. It's like all about, we've all got these blinders on. And like one of the ending messages of the film is how like sometimes you can never learn to really see your own world until you've lived in somebody else's.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was hard for me because I really hated these women to a point where it was just hard for them to seem redeemable to me. I hated them so much that I would have sex with them for their money.
Yeah, I was hating them about that same level.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.